The Trump administration is not backing down when it comes to pushing for an end to the deadly Russia-Ukraine war. And it appears great progress has been made amid the ongoing peace talks. A U.S. official confirmed today that Ukraine's government has agreed to a peace deal brokered by the Trump administration, with only minor details left to be sorted out. President Zelensky confirmed the report, stating, quote, that framework is on the table and we're ready to move forward together with the USA, with the personal engagement of President Trump. A U.S. official in Abu Dhabi for the talks told CBS News they hope to get feedback from the Russians soon, and they remain very optimistic. In a Truth Social post, President Trump said he will send envoys to Moscow and Kyiv to iron out remaining details, and that he looks forward to hopefully meeting with President Zelensky and Putin soon, but only when the deal is in its final stages. Here with reaction, Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin. Senator, thank you for joining. I think this is a big breakthrough. This is the peace president, as you have so correctly noted. And I like the fact that the president is saying, I don't need to meet with anyone until you ink a deal. How hopeful are you that we can see a just result and an end to the Russia-Ukraine war before, say, the 4th anniversary of it next February?
Well, Kellyanne, thanks for having me on the show with you. Listen, there is a real possibility we could find a peace deal. However, President Trump has made it very clear. We spoke about this, the president and I spoke about this briefly yesterday, that, he thought this would be the easiest one of all the 8 wars he's already ended. This would be the easiest one for him to end. It's turned to be the most difficult because you have Putin, who doesn't really seem to want to end the war. He doesn't measure war by the amount of deaths. Russia looks at that completely different. He looks at it as maybe an economic driver. Really don't know what's going through Putin's head. And then you had Zelensky, who obviously has had some turmoil inside his government. There's been, a lot of corruption issues. There's been some unrealistic goals by him wanting to keep, Crimea and restore Ukraine to its whole before 2014, which is just not practical. Zelensky now has kind of come to the table saying, look, this is a good framework, but Putin hasn't engaged. But President Trump has made it very clear this is difficult. He can't. What he thought would be the easiest has turned to be the hardest, and it takes both of them to want to end the war. Right now, it doesn't appear that Putin's willing to come to the table, and so I love what President Trump has said. He goes, look, I'm not meeting with anybody until you guys both are serious about it. And I think he's setting the right tone. We know, as you said, President Trump is the president of peace that wants to end the killing, but it takes 2 people that are fighting the wars to want to do the same.
And Senator Mullin, actually in private talks and in public statements, there's more than just a tone setting now. There's actual content. We came up with a peace plan. It's been tweaked. Now it's being presented to both sides to see if they would like to negotiate anything else. But the other thing I wanted to ask you, Senator Mullin, is where is Europe in all this? So President Trump has Putin in Alaska. 3 days later, most of the Western European leaders, the NATO allies, hightail it to the Oval. They're so excited. They want to help. But all they do a lot is complain about the lack of American leadership, or where is the American money, or where is Europe in all of this? I feel like it's President Trump by himself most of the time. What is your expectation, United States Senator, that our NATO allies pitch in for a country that is in Europe?
Well, President Trump has rightly restored America as the top negotiator in the world. And so there isn't another leader in Europe that could bring these individuals to the table. There's not another leader that could even begin to have peace talks. It didn't happen underneath Biden, and no world leader was able to get there. So they know that President Trump is the only one. Every world leader knows that President Trump is the only one that can negotiate a peace deal if both parties are truly wanting to talk about that. And so while they might complain about it, at the same time, they're leaning towards President Trump because he is the world leader at this point, and no one can even argue that point at this juncture.
But with the 30 seconds or so we have remaining, Senator Mullin, you're on the Armed Services Committee. I know that you back the blue, you back our military, you back the bravest. What is your message
Absolutely.
to the senators and congresswomen that were in that video telling our brave folks in intel and military they can defy what they see as illegal orders?
Shame on you for playing politics with our men and women in the military, because you know, and I know, and they know that the morale in the military is the highest it's ever been since we've been measuring it. The retention is the highest it's ever been. We are meeting and exceeding every recruiting number out there, every recruiting metric, even the ones that were lowered by Biden. We reset those to the high standard that we had when Trump was in office the first time. We're still meeting and exceeding those expectations. So for those individuals, Jason Crow and Mark Kelly and Schwatkin and Sloskin, those individuals that have even tried to sow discord inside our men and women that serve in this great nation that's protecting 100% of our freedoms, shame on you. That is the most ridiculous and the most heart-wrenching story that you could be told, that you would discourage anybody out there protecting our freedoms from doing their job. And they should come out and apologize from it, not double down. But unfortunately, the Democrats are more about playing politics than they are actually about helping America lead from the front.
And we have videos to prove it. Senator Mullin, thank you, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, sir.